Now, David Jones is joining us. He's the executive director of Conneaut Arts Center, talking about the 4th annual Lake Erie Monster Festival, which is happening this weekend. Hi, David.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Our pleasure.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, tell us about this.
So, this is our 4th annual Lake Erie Monster Festival at the Conneaut Arts Center, which is just across the border in Ohio. We're pretty much right on the border of PA and Ohio. And this is a community festival, totally free to get in, free to participate. We're having a quilling class that is only $5. That includes all the supplies, but the admission to the festival is free. There's going to be a community art gallery that will be there all through July, hanging in our main hall. And it's just submissions of what people think their version of the Lake Erie Monster might look like.
That's fantastic.
Because there's so many just stories and myths behind the lake and just monsters and sea creatures that might be in there. And one of the draws that we're having is J.C. Raphael, which is a local Ohio author. He wrote Monsters of Ohio, and he's going to be there giving a presentation. So it should be a lot of fun for everyone.
So when you talk about entries to this, do you have little kids? Do you have older folks? Is it a nice mix?
Oh, it is a great mix from all ages. We just finished up 2 weeks of an art camp at our facility, and a lot of the kids there, they built these sea serpents out of cork strung together, and they've entered them. We had someone just today brought in a giant stump that they had used a chainsaw and cut, and then used a lot of driftwood and other beach materials to create a monster. So we have just from little kids all the way up to adult categories. There's going to be prizes.
Then is this something that you display so that the community can enjoy?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So through the entire month of July, our main gallery, where we normally have a different artist every month, is going to be just the community art for the festival.
That's terrific.
How did this come about, the Lake Erie Monster Festival?
So we're going into our 4th year, and it started in 2020 as a way to get the community still participating in art and involved with the Arts Center, even though we were right in the middle of COVID. But people could come by, they could drive by, walk on the sidewalks, and see the art gallery out on the lawn and talk to the artists that were out there. And then as it's kind of ramped up over the years, we're looking at this as probably going to be our biggest one so far. And we've moved the gallery inside now since we have the space.
Great.
So
what's probably been the most creative take on the Lake Erie Monster thus far?
Oh gosh, I think a good one for that would actually be on our front lawn. We are building a community monster where people can add little pieces to it. And it's, I want to say, about 12 feet long right now. But it's going to be out there on the lawn, and people can add their own little, bits and pieces to it. We've created this giant monster head to go on the front of it.
That's
Why
terrific.
is community art so important?
It's just really important to get people involved, and our slogan at the Arts Center is to experience the art of living. And it's very true in the nature, the beautiful lake scenes that we have, the birds, the changing colors. There's just art everywhere around us, and to bring that part of the community up with the Arts Center and mix them together is just a wonderful thing.
And when they're contributing and creating, then they feel very much a part of the community and the area that they're in.
Absolutely.
So yeah, it brings great things to fruition, I think.
Yeah. Well, David, thanks so much for being here. And again, it's all happening this coming Saturday at the Conneaut Ohio Arts Center, again, just across the state line there over in Conneaut, Ohio. Thanks so much for being here.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Thanks, David.